God is saying to you today, my beloved child, that at the same time that you are welcoming this transformation, you should remind yourself that you are prepared to accept peace, emotional joy, and commitment. When you are doing so, remember to keep an open mind and heart. Your outstanding character, which is accompanied by the angels who watch over you, is the driving force behind this magnificent adventure that you are on. When you express gratitude for their guidance, you should do it in perpetuity, with the awareness that the universe is keeping a careful eye on you and cherishing you. Put the blessings you have received into your own hands and get ready for a change that will alter the course of your life forever. When you join this universe, you will find that the options are virtually limitless. It is important to seek the presence of God and draw strength from Him during this period of trade. This can be accomplished through prayer and introspection. In the prayers that you offer up for people who are going through transitions, ask God to make His will and wisdom plain in the choices that they make. In the same way that a painter visualizes their work before commencing their job, you should be aware of the fact that God has carefully planned the changes that have occurred in your lives. With the understanding that God is always with you, pray for the wisdom, strength, and direction you require in order to face the changes that are on the horizon. Those who are beginning to make changes should be lifted up in prayer, and it should be asked that their actions and decisions be in conformity with the will of God. It is essential to pray to God for wisdom, tranquility, and fortitude during this time of transition. Praying to God will help you navigate this phase together. Changes that are on the horizon will bring about a sense of purpose. Even when things are at their most challenging, you should have trust in the plan that God has for you and be open to the changes that are taking place in your life. You should do this with the knowledge that these changes will bring you blessings that are above anything you could have imagined. If you want to urge your friends to show their gratitude to the Lord for leading them, you could send them this video. If you keep these words in mind when you are going through challenging circumstances, it is probable that you will find calm and aid within the next 3 days. The situation will become clear, and once it is, the answers to your inquiries will be provided. There is a possibility that there may be advancements made in the next 3 days, beginning the day after tomorrow. The overall picture is unfolding as it must invariably, unavoidably do. You were spared from danger by God, who prevented you from carrying out certain plots with the intention of carrying them out personally for your own well-being. It was necessary for this to be finished so that God might develop a method to protect you from harm, particularly harm that was directed toward you. Your current behaviors are being directed by Him for a significant amount of time into the future. Thus, it is really important that you pay close attention to what He is saying. By making a request to the universe for what you require at this moment, you're basically giving it permission to take care of whatever issues you require resolution of. Following this, you will give up control and allow the universe to take care of whatever it needs to do, both now and in the future. It is important to have trust that your wants will be addressed and that things will get better in the near future. Delegate authority to the universe. If you want to continue receiving, you need to make sure that the clearing area is clean. With that being said, there is currently no other action that is required of you at this time. It's possible that the present prediction doesn't have much else to reveal outside what has already been explained. As a result of the coaching that you have done, it is possible that you may immediately face the expected possibility. Be conscious of the fact that there may be attempts made to persuade you of the relevance of synchronicity and divine timing. Due to the fact that it is in accordance with their divine duty, the angels are extremely concerned about your achievement and well-being. The expansion of everything is being done in order to provide the most effective help for the growth of your spirit. Maintain your confidence in the procedure while keeping an immediate objective in mind. The subsequent session will start in a short while, and we would be extremely grateful for your quick arrival. Your presence is highly valued, and you have prepared yourself for this moment by laying the framework for it through the material that was covered in earlier chapters. Have confidence in the process that will eventually produce results, regardless of the contacts or exchanges that have occurred in the past. Your reading has progressed to the point where you can continue to do so with complete assurance. The bigger picture will unfold, as it must invariably do. Commencing the day after tomorrow. This process might take place at some point throughout the next 3 days, commencing with the day after tomorrow. You have been shielded from damage by God's intervention in your plans, since He desires to carry them out on His own accord. It was necessary for God to intervene in order to develop a plan to protect you from potential harm, particularly harm that was directed toward you. It is imperative that you pay great attention, since God is directing your actions at this very moment for a considerable amount of time into the future. Today, you are granting the universe permission to attend to whatever it is that you require by demanding that it provide you with what you require. The next step is to give up, let go, and believe that the universe will take care of whatever it requires. When authority is delegated to the universe, it affords it the ability to meet both present and future requirements. Have confidence that your requirements will be satisfied and that improvements will come in a short time. You should have faith in the process that is happening, and you should keep a free place for receiving. Aside from that, there is currently no additional action that is required of you at this time. It's possible that the latest prognosis won't reveal anything further than what has already been communicated. Prepare yourself for the opportunity that you have been looking forward to, which is a direct outcome of the coaching that you have applied. There will be immediate responses to the efforts that you have made. Attempts to persuade you of the significance of synchronicity and divine timing should be approached with caution, because the individuals making these claims may have their own agenda. Your prosperity and well-being are extremely important to the angels, and they are contributing to their divine duty by doing so in the manner that is essential for the growth of your spirit. Everything is expanding in the suitable manner. Take use of this spiritual development as the most advantageous occurrence. The scenario that we are currently in has developed exactly as it should have, which has instilled confidence in the process while keeping an immediate objective in mind. Your quick attendance is very appreciated, since the next portion will begin immediately after your arrival. As you proceed through the course, there is a high value placed on your presence, and you have prepared yourself for this time by laying the basis in earlier chapters. It is important to have faith in the process that will soon produce results, reaching a point where you may be able to bypass some of the subsequent phases. Continue to be committed to having trust in the benefits and the wonders that are providing inspiration. It is essential that you remain unwavering in your commitment to believing in miraculous occurrences, and the key is to have faith that things will be addressed in a timely and satisfactory manner. This action does what it was designed to do, and it is possible that you have already experienced success with it. Prepare yourself for an experience that will leave you speechless and unable to find the right words to explain the incredible nature of what you will encounter. By allowing yourself to be receptive to the energy and elevating your frequency, you may channel the power that is coming your way. You have the ability to attract whatever you want once you are open. The act of achieving your objectives may cause you to become more sensitive to the force that is directed toward you. In the presence of God's comfort, your prayers are being carefully considered, and a response is on the verge of being delivered. With regard to the subsequent actions in your life, you should place your trust in Him and ensure that you give it your best effort. During times of transition, it is natural to feel anxious, but the realization that God has supplied for you should help to soothe your anxiety. I have been keeping track of your locations, and I will do all in my ability to make sure that you are accompanied by people who are kind and supportive in order to assist you in accomplishing your objectives. I am telling you to take my word for it, and you should not let the worry that you would not be understood discourage you. Pay attention to the message that God has crafted just for you, and take in the words that He has spoken. There is a miracle delivery on its way to you, and it will arrive in a short while. Put an end to being a nuisance, since a significant transaction is going to take place in your region, and you ought to begin making preparations for it. If you are determined to take advantage of this opportunity, there is a good chance that you will be able to accomplish all of your objectives at any and every moment. This is guaranteed. Therefore, if you are in agreement with God's plan, you and the people you care about will not have to cope with any issues. You have my sincere promise that I will never give up on you or stop caring about you. Despite the fact that it may appear that everything is going apart, you can rest assured that I am working constantly behind the scenes to make sure that everything works out for you in the end. Even in situations that appear to be insurmountable, you will be able to discover a solution with my assistance. It is the feat. One can successfully cross the stormy waters of hardship and emerge on the other side with a new point of view. This is something that is achievable. God wants you to be aware that Jesus has chosen you and declared you to be a royal priesthood, a holy kingdom, and His unique possession. He wants you to know this. This is something that God is communicating to you at this very now. You should make use of the prayers of the one who led you out of the darkness and into the glorious light that He has created for you. Due to the fact that you were once inhuman, you have now become the people that God has chosen to be His chosen people. You have gained sympathy where there was none before. As you find yourselves in the position of being strangers and exiles, it is important that you let go of your negative ideas and stick to the joy that you feel. When you are confronted with challenges, the realization that giving up on your faith would result in failure ought to serve as a source of motivation for you to persevere. Attain the age of maturity and obtain the instruments that are required to share the gospel. It is important to keep in mind that perseverance is the key to God's righteousness, and that faith will follow people who engage in virtuous behavior from the beginning of their trip until they reach the end of it. Because the Lord, your God, is walking beside you, you should keep your courage and bravery in the face of hardship, and you should not lose your composure. It is important to keep a firm posture, knowing that your efforts in the Lord are not in vain, and to pay close attention to the laws and regulations that are currently in effect. In spite of the fact that you are surrounded by witnesses, you should continue to run with endurance and push away obstacles while keeping your eyes set on Jesus. It is my sincere desire that this film will be communicated to other people. Always keep in mind that feeling emotions is a natural part of the human experience. Nonetheless, you should not let your challenges define who you are. Through the fact that I am by your side every step of the journey, my love provides you with the strength to persevere and triumph over any difficulties that you encounter. When you are successful, in spite of the difficulties you are experiencing, it brings me joy to see that you are in excellent health and that you are content with your life. In the event that you are confronted with difficult circumstances, I will be here to provide assistance to you. It is your responsibility to fulfill a mission in this world, and you are significantly more powerful than you give yourself credit for. In the course of your journey through life, I ask that you allow your faith in my plan to act as a reference point for you. The design that I have devised is comparable to a tapestry, and the threads that hold it together are love, purpose, and destiny. Despite the fact that your heart may be surrounded by fear, Each and every activity that you successfully complete adds a new thread to the tapestry. That is your life. I am the secure ground on which you can stand, in addition to the fact that I am the one who provides you with comfort and who holds your power in my hands. When you are able to successfully navigate the winds that are seeking to blow you off your feet, you are protected from the storms that life delivers. Listen to his instructions. As long as you maintain your hold on me, I shall serve as your anchor. By working together, we will be able to overcome this challenge and emerge from it more powerful and resilient as a unified front. I hold your concerns, worries, and goals in my warm arms. I am here for you. Carrying the burden of all the problems in the world is not a good idea for you. You should put your trust in me, and you should watch while I illustrate the manner in which you live. I am the God of the impossible, and I am able to find a solution even when it appears that there is no way out from the situation. My ability to turn challenges into opportunities and adversity into growth is a talent that I possess. It is time to abandon faith at this point in time. Allow me to enter your heart and allow me to fill you with my love and peace. When you are in a state of silence, whether it be through prayer, meditation, or contemplation, I'm always close by and ready to help you. In the process of your heart finding alignment, you should seek wisdom, solace, and comprehension, and marvel at the miracles that may occur. You need not be afraid because I am with you. You need not be disheartened because I am your God. Through the use of my right hand, which is upright and fitting, I am able to strengthen, assist, and support you. Never again should you be afraid, for I am right here with you. Listening to the message is the most effective method for gathering faith, as stated in the commands that God has given to humans about how to gather faith. Listening to the words of Christ is the most effective method for acquiring the message. Because it is the only method to strengthen one's faith, it is important to pay attention to what Christ has to say. Even before you were aware of what you were supposed to do with your life, God had already devised a plan for your journey through this planet and your particular life. Putting your trust in God is a requirement for this plan, which involves remaining on this world. When you want to allow God to use you for His purposes, there are times when you might have to allow yourself to fail at the goals that you have set for yourself. By uttering the words that brought the universe into existence, God ensured that all of His promises would be carried out. It is important to maintain a positive outlook on the future, since you have put in a lot of work, and you should be rewarded for it. Wishing you the strength to persevere and the drive to find what you're looking for. Truthfulness should be present not only in the words that are spoken, but also in the manner in which you carry yourself, which will ensure that interactions are genuine. It is essential that you do not have any doubts about the fact that God hears your prayers at all times. In accordance with the words of God, each and every prayer is acknowledged. It is not a lack of listening on your part that you are not now meeting all of your criteria. Rather, it is the result of the current incapacity to satisfy all of the needs. It entails gaining knowledge from others' comments. In preparation for your future, a unique strategy has been devised that will provide you more advantages than anything you currently possess. In a vision, God affirmed this to Moses, highlighting the significance of putting one's trust in Him and easing one's concerns. The results of my investigation might have an immediate and significant effect on my values. Pay attention to what I have to say, because I have faith in you and the qualities that you possess. It is not a good idea to follow an assortment of individuals or objects in close proximity to one another. Things that are destined for you will arrive at the appropriate time. All you need to do is be patient and wait for them to come to you. Nevertheless, God instructs those who follow Him to have faith in themselves above everything else. There is a possibility that you will find out this week that this provides you with access to a great deal of power. Even if the answers to your prayers begin to materialize after some time has passed, you should not stop going forward in order to obtain them. A huge obstacle has been presented to you in the form of your incapacity to concentrate on the here and now and appreciate the natural beauty that surrounds you. Indeed, it appears that you are essentially coasting for a considerable amount of time. As a result of the fact that God considers you to be His favorite, you may rely on the aid that He provides. Pay close attention to the myriad of activities taking place in your immediate environment and take note of how your breathing is feeling. Develop the habit of paying attention to the various things that are going on around you. Doing so can help you arrive at a state of peace and serenity. It is important to be there for others around you who may be experiencing difficulties in their relationships, health, or finances, and to offer support to them. These problems are tied to the difficulties that individuals are currently experiencing. You have a responsibility to be there for God, to provide Him your support, and to make the most of the opportunity to learn and grow as a result of the difficulties that you and the people you care about are experiencing. To assist in bringing the message of God to light, please share this video. It is important to keep in mind that God has a plan for your life and the way you will travel through this world, and that your purpose is not arbitrary. Put your faith in the plan that God has for you, and love, purpose, and destiny will lead you, providing assistance and accompanying Him on the exciting journey that is life. According to the teachings of the Bible, in order to be saved, one must publicly declare that Jesus is the Lord and privately believe that God raised Jesus from the dead. You may assist in spreading the message of God by sharing this video. There is a possibility that you will find out this week that this provides you with access to a great deal of power. Even if the answers to your prayers begin to materialize after some time has passed, you should not stop going forward in order to obtain them. A huge obstacle has been presented to you in the form of your incapacity to concentrate on the here and now and appreciate the natural beauty that surrounds you. Indeed, it appears that you are essentially coasting for a considerable amount of time. As a result of the fact that God considers you to be His favorite, you may rely on the aid that He provides. Pay close attention to the myriad of activities taking place in your immediate environment and take note of how your breathing is feeling. Develop the habit of paying attention to the various things that are going on around you. Doing so can help you arrive at a state of peace and serenity. It is important to be there for others around you who may be experiencing difficulties in their relationships, health, or finances, and to offer support to them. These problems are tied to the difficulties that individuals are currently experiencing. You have a responsibility to be there for God, to provide Him your support, and to make the most of the opportunity to learn and grow as a result of the difficulties that you and the people you care about are experiencing. To assist in bringing the message of God to light, please share this video. It is important to keep in mind that God has a plan for your life and the way you will travel through this world, and that your purpose is not arbitrary. Put your faith in the plan that God has for you, and love, purpose, and destiny will lead you, providing assistance and accompanying Him on the exciting journey that is life. According to the teachings of the Bible, in order to be saved, one must publicly declare that Jesus is the Lord and privately believe that God raised Jesus from the dead. You may assist in spreading the message of God by sharing this video. I humbly ask, O Lord, for your direction and strength as I make my way through the difficulties that lie ahead. I pray that you will give me the calmness to complete the things that you have instructed me to perform, as well as the intelligence to understand the information that has been placed upon me through Jesus Christ. Because of your assistance, we are quite grateful. My prayer is that you, God, would have faith in the plan that I have prepared for you. In spite of the challenges that are currently being faced, I'm confident that better times are on the horizon. My promise is that I will recommit myself to you and that I will find joy in life on a daily basis. If it is your will that I be confronted with difficulties at this time, please give me the fortitude to persevere through them. I am grateful to you, Lord, for strengthening my ability to persevere and for bestowing upon me the intention to live in accordance with your desires. Despite the fact that the future is yet unknown, maintaining one's trust can help pave the way for progress in the days, weeks, or months that are to come into existence. Despite the difficulties that are currently being faced by the world, prayer continues to be an effective means of communicating with you, O God. It is possible for the act of praying to bring about positive intentions for the well-being of loved ones, even for people who may have doubts about the effectiveness of prayer. In anticipation of the possibility of financial success, I am concentrating solely on the approaching week. There are no plans in my mind to change my level of contentment or my level of readiness for anything may come my way. I'm prepared to confront the upcoming week with a positive attitude and a strong work ethic. My degree of eagerness and readiness is not going to change at this moment, and I have no intention of doing so. It is not necessary for me to provide any further support to you. Your family and other relatives have always been included in my protection, and this will continue to be the case in the future as well. My protection is always stretched beyond simply you. Take my word for it when I say that I have been by your side through every difficulty that you have faced. Despite the fact that I am here to assist you, I am not in a position to provide any additional support at this time. It is imperative that you refrain from speaking poorly about yourself or others. Put an end to insulting yourself and the people closest to you. I, together with God, have given you the instruction to stop engaging in this activity. It is important to remind yourself that you are able to deal with whatever challenges you face and that the Lord is with you on this path. You have no reason to be afraid or to exhibit any signs of anxiousness, since He would never abandon you. Even when confronted with challenges, ensure that you keep your composure and your strength to fulfill all of your need, both now and in the future. God has supplied for you. You are going to have an understanding of this in due time. You may use the same method to both the present and the future, which will provide you with the bravery and strength you need to face whatever opportunities or challenges lie ahead. Have peace of mind, knowing that I will never abandon you or forget about you. Not only is my presence a blessing, but I'm also immediately ready to provide assistance to you anytime it is required. It is possible for me to serve as the stable base upon which you may rely in order to restore your footing. I'm here to safeguard you, provide you with assistance, and direct you through the difficulties that life presents. Know that I have answered your prayers for solutions to your issues if you have ever prayed for them. I have heard and answered your requests. You are in my thoughts and prayers. I am here to help you and find solutions to any problems that you might be experiencing. God wants you to make daring and fearless choices in every part of your life. He wants you to act without fear. You should put your faith in His plan and rely on His might. I'm prepared and eager to go on this adventure with you, and I urge you to proceed to the next crucial stage of your life. I am ready and willing to embrace the journey with you. Although you will be put through a test, all of your aspirations and desires will be realized, and you will also be presented with a multitude of favorable situations. I strongly suggest that you watch this video from the very beginning to the very finish, if you assert that you believe in God. The prayers of my child are being heard, and the responses may include phrases such as blessed, healed, and much wanted. We are grateful for your prayers. If you think this holy video had helped you in any way, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can help more people. Though our video, hit a like button and comment. Amen.